Hey, YouTube and Facebook friends. This is Christian Peralta. I'm on here making some content because I feel like I'm kind of qualified after 4 or 5 years in the crypto space. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit and share some information that I think is valuable. A lot of people on Facebook have been asking me lots of different questions, and I don't always have time to get back to everybody. So I thought I'd just make some recordings and videos that will help people how to stake and create passive income, as well as just what kind of currencies to hold in regards to partnerships and projects that are out there. Most people just know the basics, which is, go to an exchange and buy some tokens and hold them. But that's like the first layer. That's basically what the masses kind of are using right now, in the sense that the people that don't really quite know and masses that are just entering are buying from there. But if you go a second layer down or a third layer down, you're actually buying those tokens before they hit the exchanges. You're buying them on decentralized exchanges, and you're buying them way cheaper than when they call it dumb money comes in, which is like the last people to know. So there's tons of projects, very, very good ones. I'm very familiar with them simply because I've been in this for almost 5 years, four and a half, I guess would say. 2017 and 18 when we had the huge run up. I was playing around and learning at that point. Made some mistakes, made some money, learned how to trade. I got into forex and trading cryptos. And you just those few years I learned a lot about crypto. Um, I watched everything go up. Everybody's saying it's a bubble, it's a bubble. I didn't want to believe that it was going to ever come down. And then it did. In 2018 hit and it started coming down, coming down. Um, and I just remember thinking, okay, and I just kept following the projects, like the main people, and I kept seeing them just adding more projects and continuing to build and add on ramps. I just saw them getting more partnerships, even partnerships with governments. And I thought, okay, wait a minute. If this thing's just dropping and it's just a bubble, why are they still building? Why are the big people and the big players still building corridors and partnering up with IBMs and Microsofts? So I thought, okay, that kind of taught me to learn a little bit more about market psychology and how things work and cycles and, just how markets work, how money works. So I spent the last 4 years studying everything from wealthy people, how they think, how they view money, how they multiply it, what kind of stuff they buy, what kind of businesses they buy. And it's taught me a lot. Not to mention I'm a loan officer in general. That's my main trade. And I have a mortgage business that's going really well. Just being around finance, I've just always had an interest in it. So in the last 4.5 years, I've learned a lot. But in the crypto world, I've basically watched it go up, and all that up was basically speculation. Speculation. There was no use cases. The projects were just starting and building. Then I watched it go down. I watched them continue to build. And then I watched the accumulation phase that happened for the last year at all-time lows, where smart money gets in and just accumulates every day, every day, every day before everything's ready to launch up on the next bull run. And I have a picture of an owl here. I don't want to distract you guys prior to that, but let's see if I can just pull something up really quick to show you guys some market psychology. I think it'll help you guys understand what I want to share next. Let's pull up stock market psychology chart. That should work. Okay, this chart right here. So if you guys look, Bitcoin in 2018 did this. Here, let me move me over here. It was going up, going up, going up. Everybody was just so excited. So right here is where smart money got in. People started having some hope, some optimism. That's kind of where I got in, and players like myself. And then the last people during the euphoria stage just all started buying, and that's where basically at some point, it just kind of started dropping and coming back down. Then throughout this whole process right here, I just watched projects keep building, keep partnering up, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, like then through here, at this point now, I'm a trader. I kind of learned how this works. I'm like, wow, we're right here. So I started buying stuff up, and then now this is where we are. We're right here. People are disbelieving, and then we're about to enter the next phase, which we're already people think that, oh, we're going to turn around and fall. Absolutely not. There's so much money behind this thing. The last Bitcoin kind of works in cycles. This cycle is just barely. getting started. So I kind of want to show you guys some projects that I'm into, why I'm into them, and what I think about them. But before I do that, since this is my first video, it'll get a lot more professional. I have a team working on helping me set everything up, but first video, um, I kind of more want to just give you guys a little bit of my story and who I am. That way, you guys can decide if I have credibility and if you want to follow me or if you trust that I know what I'm talking about. So I'm basically a normal dude. I have a gorgeous, beautiful wife who's amazing and loves me. She's a stay-at-home mom. Three kids that are amazing. 9-year-old boy, 4.5-year-old girl, and 3.5-year-old boy. So they're pretty awesome. They keep me busy. Um, but the thing is, for me, is once I go to bed, I just can't stop thinking. I'm a business-oriented guy. Um, so I've had some very, very good outcomes, good victories. I've also had some really crappy victories, like meaning like I lost money and either I got scammed, and that's kind of how you learn to get into this world. There's scammers out there. There's people that sell you all sorts of stuff, but as you learn, and now I mean I pretty much know so much. I know how to protect my assets. I know where to store them. Um, so I want to share a little bit about that so you guys can have an idea of what I'm going to try to avoid you guys going through, and if I can pass any knowledge or wisdom down, I'm going to do that to help as many people as I can. So a little bit about me. I had the mortgage business, and obviously, if I have three kids and a stay-at-home wife, I'm thinking, okay, I'm in an expensive part of the country in Orange County. Even though I do pretty well with the mortgage, I want to solidify long-term gains, long-term futures and businesses, because I want time, I want freedom. I don't even want to get rich. I just want time and freedom, and I want to bless people. So, at some point, I started playing with crypto. I started thinking that trading was a solution. So I started trading. I learned a lot about markets. Then I actually opened a reverse mortgage company with my broker. Uh, After about a year, we kind of closed it down because I moved brokers and they already had their own department. But I got to learn what it was like to build a business, to leverage and work as a team, and kind of what goes into it, the legal stuff you have to do. So it was a great experience, and we more than broke even. We made some profit on it, but it was a great experience for me. Um, I remember people have always told me that I'm good with OPM, which is other people's money. So I remember approaching my broker who had a ton of money. I was kind of 2 years in the game. I had built this trust. He had a liking towards me, and I said, hey, I have a lot of time, a lot of energy and drive. You have the funds, but you probably don't have much time. Why don't we pull that together? You put the funds in, I'll build this thing. Statistics show that, seniors are going to be retiring in huge amounts. They're living longer. They haven't planned for retirement. We have something there. So, I put together some information. He agreed and we built it. But the whole point is I used and leveraged to minimize risk him and his experience, his mortgage, his company that he already had. Point being, that was a great experience. When the pandemic hit, I had a guy I know in Ghana, and I decided to send masks over there. I dropped like 3 grand to buy masks and send them over there, thinking we could flip them for like 3 times the price and help people, of course. Um, that didn't work, and I lost 3 grand, and that totally sucked. But that taught me something. What it taught me is that we're no longer in a world that moves physical products. We want to deal with digital products. Everything digital, everything's going digital. You have malls that are closing down because brick and mortar's going away. People are working from home, building income online. So everything's going digital. So I learned that if I'm going to create a business, it has to be a digital product. Well, because I'm a mortgage guy, I did connect with somebody in India who was selling me live transfer leads for like 30 bucks. Live transfer mortgage leads, people that want to refinance and, have answered a couple of set questions, they send them to me. And I was using it for my business to generate business, which is great. But then I thought, there's lots of people, brokers that could probably use this. And I started selling them to them. I would set up contracts for 20, 30 transfers a month or a week, and I started selling them for 35, or I'm sorry, $65. Just taking a split there, which is kind of cool. It Once it's set up, it kind of works on its own. Um, but then I started thinking, okay, profit wise, I realized I have family in Argentina. Um, the dollar over there buys you a lot. So I figured out how much it would cost me, and right now I was able to set up a call center out in Argentina, and I'm able to get my transfers for $10 and sell them for 65. So now I have a call center out there, which later on I can expand to pretty much marketing anything. So it's another asset. It's an asset. It's like rich people build assets, and I'm trying to get wealthy. So I'm building as many assets as I can. One of them being my mortgage. Two, three deals come in a month. I close those, make 6, 7 grand a piece. That could be investment money. Um, this company that I'm building, I'm targeting to make 6 grand a month passively on that, and I'm well on my way. I need more. I've got the team, I've got contracts, but I need more contracts now. The whole point is I learned. It cost me 3 grand of trying to move physical product. I lost it, and I thought, man, like, people told me they're like, you shouldn't do that, or just stick with this. And it's like, no, that was my entry fee. That was my paying to go to school, and that you can't even learn in school. So that 3 grand was nothing, but now I'm making way more passively because of that experience. So the whole point is if you mess up or something doesn't go well in business, don't give up. Learn from it and keep going. My biggest gains and my biggest victories have come from failures. So, anyways, I'm gonna remove this psychology thing. I guess I'll finish up my story, and then I want to give you guys one little gift nugget right now, and hopefully it gets you guys excited, and then you guys will decide if you want to follow me or not. Okay. So basically, then I got in, crypto. I've started investing. I've made some money. I've picked up a lot of staking coins, and I've kind of learned the back end of crypto. I've learned layer 2 and 3, which again, most people don't. And I keep up with all the projects. I follow them on Telegram, and I have friends that we all focus on different niches, and we're always up to date on the market. So what I'm trying to do through my channel and through what I'm going to be putting together is I want to provide the information to help people be up to date and learn the crypto market. It's bad enough that right now most people don't know finances whatsoever. They're all distracted with, sorry, somebody came in. They're all distracted with different issues, division, politics, all these things that don't really matter. And 5%, the top 5% teach their kids about money and wealth because that's everything, pretty much. While the 95% they kind of don't know. So I'm trying to provide not just education on crypto, but what I really want to do is provide information on finances, on how to think, how to build businesses that have value, what kind of stuff you're going to struggle with, how money works, the psychology of money. So all these things I want to provide for everybody. And I'm not perfect, but I know a lot because I've studied a lot. So with that said, let me show you guys a coin I'm really after right now that I think is really good. It's called Zero Exchange. It's only 23 cents right now. Let me move me back over here. Go look at the chart on this baby. The all time on it. Look at this chart. We're at the very bottom of it. And the reason we know we're at the very bottom started in February. And if we go look at two similar coins on different chains, this one right here is PancakeSwap, which is for the Binance chain. Look at PancakeSwap once its DeFi product dropped. It started down here at 40 something cents. Look where it's at now. $38. And this right here is where we are on Zero Exchange. We're right there. So basically, here, let me go over to Uniswap. Uniswap is the same DEX, the decentralized application for Ethereum. So if we look at this chart, it doesn't seem like it's loading, and I'm running out of time. I can only do 15 minutes on this video. Okay, basically, it looks extremely similar to this PancakeSwap one. Both of them are identical. So PancakeSwap is the one for Binance chain. Uniswap is for Ethereum. Well, guess what? There's plenty of other big chains that are growing, and one of them is the Avalanche chain. Well, Zero is the DEX for Avalanche. Avalanche is going to be huge, and it's still in this process because it hasn't launched its DeFi. So once you know how these chains or coins and chains behave, you can move on to the next one that's coming or that's coming up the pipeline that has partnerships, and you basically know the plays. You know how to get them done. So if you guys want to learn more, I can show you guys all this stuff. You can join my Telegram group, which I'll put in a link at the bottom of the YouTube video. You can join or follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and then follow me on YouTube and basically click like, do whatever you got to do to help me get noticed because this is my first video and I really do want to provide value for people. It's my goal and dream to give people as much value as I can and help them out. So if you think that I've got something good to share, just yeah, subscribe and follow me. And thank you so much for uh, listening to me here today. Have a good one, guys.